Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the Lens B Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Friday night. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for the WARNO. The WARNO comes to you every Friday night to tell you about things happening in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. We also expand from Harrisburg sometimes to tell you about things going on in other places. You could be in lovely southern Rota, Spain, and I could have told you about the comedy show where their friend Eric Knowles was going to be playing at the Plaza tonight. But they're 6 hours ahead of us, and telling you now wouldn't do you any good. And I didn't know about it until about an hour ago. So total fail on all parts. Hey, I live in Pennsylvania, and I'm starting to get familiar with this thing I call, got a little ahead of myself. We come to you every Friday night and talk to you about things happening in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. And we do it over the length of one beer. Now, our beers are donated to us by listeners and viewers, and this particular beer, this Warsteiner, there it is. It's a Warsteiner, and if you want the authentic, it's all in German, and it's brewed under German purity laws. And this one is called the Dunkel. This is 1 pint. It's 4.8 ounces. It was donated to us by our friend Andy. Andy was a little upset with Beer Snob Dave, in that Beer Snob Dave was only providing Belgian beers. Dave likes the monks, and the monks like to live in Belgium, apparently. So Andy said, you need a good German beer. And he donated, and if you donate a beer, I'm going to drink it. Apparently, this glass is not pint size. I still got a little bit rolling around in there. Let me take a sniff. Let me give it an old sniffle. Hey, my favorite person in the entire world is watching. Maybe it's too far down in the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. I can't really get a sniff out of that. Let me just take a taste. We got to drink this. We got to drink the remnants. That probably shouldn't have been drunk like that. That is a kick in the teeth. It's 4.8% alcohol by volume, I think it said. Yeah, 4.8% alcohol by volume. It's 1 pint. It's brewed in accordance with German purity laws. It's the Dunkel. It's a roasted barley malt. That was the flavor I wasn't picking up on. So that's a German beer donated to us by our friend. That is nice and dark. Donated to us by our friend Andy, in spite of our friend Beer Snob Dave, who's still just as awesome as ever. With that being said, let's start the WARNO. Again, WARNO comes to you every Friday night to tell you about things happening in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area, usually comedy related. However, my people, my new people, the people I am assimilating into, the Pennsylvanians, they've been stuck in their house for months. The weather, the cold, they're inside people during bad weather. And then, when it starts to turn into amazing weather, they want to be outside. They don't want to be cooped up. They don't want to be inside a comedy zone. They want to be outside. I call it Pennsylvania different. Because right now in Jacksonville, they're selling out every show in Jacksonville, Florida, because it's extremely hot down there, and everybody wants to be inside. Here in Pennsylvania, it's beautiful outside, so nobody wants to be inside. So comedy during the summer months really comes to a standstill. And since that's mostly what we talk about on Friday nights over the length of one beer, I find myself short of any information to really give out to you. But I am in the habit of having a beer with anybody who joins me every Friday night at 6 o'clock. So we're not going to let that stop just because the comedy has kind of stopped. And it's still happening. We'll talk about it. I'll talk about some things while we're here. Maybe you'll get a chuckle out of me. And you could be inside or you could be outside. As long as you're getting your chuckle on, who cares? First things first, let's talk about my wardrobe. Now, if you look like that, if this was your face, and your coworkers who adore you, nothing mean-spirited about anything in this example. Your coworkers adore you, and they conspire together to collectively get a bunch of different Aloha shirts with your face on them for really no particular reason. We just kind of made it a day about him. And then we all showed up and we all wore shirts and we all got a great big laugh out of it. Would you take offense if that happened to you? If the coworkers that you get along with all decided to conspire to put your face on a shirt and wear the shirt, would that upset you? It's strange that people think it is upsetting. Luckily, that cute little man right there did not find it upsetting, and he got a good kick out of it, and we all laughed, and today was an excuse to wear the shirts again. So we did. And people love it. People have their pets on their shirts. I have my partner Sam. All right, so that was my little discussion about shirts. Here's a discussion about picking boogers. Picking boogers. Oh God. If you don't notice, the Mevo is working again. I love that camera because it can just do so many things. And, you know, it could do that. And if I had somebody controlling it, like a homeless Robert, he could do things. It can move it around. You can do different things with it. It's a great camera. But I was having some difficulties a couple weeks in a row. I couldn't get it to work. Well, this weekend I'm sitting down, I'm editing the show. And while I'm editing the show, I toyed with the camera and I got the camera operational. I was so happy. And then I went back to editing the show. And while I'm editing the show, I've got an ingrown hair on my right nostril that's been bothering me. And quite honestly, I was 2 knuckles deep in my left nostril so I could clear my breathing holes. And I'm just taking notes. I'm not bothering anybody, just taking notes and editing the show. And Mother, my friend Stacy calls me up. Says, hey, what are you doing online right now? And I laughed. You silly man. I'm not online right now. I'm sitting here quietly editing. He goes, no, you're online right now. And I was like, no. That was me testing the Mevo earlier. It's only like 17 seconds. He goes, no, you're picking your nose right now. And I laughed and I said a lot of profane words that I had to immediately take down because you're not supposed to hear me say bad words. And I did. I took it down. I played it back. I looked at it to see if it was as bad as I thought it might be. It was worse. If it wasn't so bad, I would have left it up. But I mean, I was in there like, I was deep inside there. What were some of the things we used to call picking boogers when we were kids? Mining for nuggets. That sounds familiar. Mining for nuggets. Yeah, I did that. And then a listener caught me today in the wild and reminded me not to pick my boogers. And then Mother called me up today before the show to remind me not to pick my boogers. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about sexy shirts. We're talking about picking boogers. Anybody remember that song, Picking Boogers? Huh? Next, life advice. If you get on a plane and nothing's working, check please. I'm good. I don't like flying to begin with, okay? I don't like it. It's not natural. But if I got to be in a plane and nothing is working, the AC isn't working, the programmable things, nothing. It's a 787 Dreamliner. It's the best of the best and nothing's working. Specifically, the AC isn't working. Check, please. I'll take the next one. I don't want to be on this. Or you can't get up. I can get up. This is where people do crazy things. You see something that doesn't look right to you, and the next thing you're talking about, that son of a gun in the back isn't even real. And you're getting kicked off the plane, and you're going viral, and you're losing your job, and yeah, because you have to take those measures. Listen to your spidey senses, I will tell you. If your spidey senses are tingling on a plane full of people and nothing's working, get up, rise up, get up out of your seat, grab your luggage and get off that plane. God, I feel so sad for those people. And when you see the video and nothing was working before the plane took off. And then surprisingly, when it got in the air, it didn't work. On a lighter note, Spaceballs, baby! That's right. After 40 years, Mel Brooks is going to release Spaceballs 2. And there has never been a sequel that has made me more excited to see than the possibility of Spaceballs 2. There could be a simple, if they brought back, if there was a Blazing Saddles 2, I'm all in. I'm all in. Put me on an airplane that doesn't have any air conditioning, but the movie they're playing is Blazing Saddles 2, and it's the only, I'm taking that flight. I'm taking that flight. So tonight at the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on in the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg tonight. They fill the summer with a bunch of specialty things. So if you enjoy the drag, they do that. If you enjoy little people wrestling, they do that. They do a bunch of other things, but what they really don't do during the summer is nationally touring headliner comedy. So there's nothing going on there. I checked Parks Casino, the side pocket, in the former Home Depot of Shippensburg, over there in the garden section. Apparently they're not doing anything. I reached out to our friend Karen Kay, say, hey, Karen Kay, is anything going on there? And she's on a cruise in the Bahamas enjoying her best life, so she didn't answer. So side pocket, as far as I could tell, they're down to one night a month for their comedy. One Friday night a month for the comedy at the side pocket there in the Shippensburg and Parks. So I got nothing for you there, and I got nothing for you there. Down in Jacksonville, because we have viewers in Jacksonville, I figured I'd take a look and see what's going on at 242-4242, the Comedy Zone. It's such a great jingle, and I've never forgotten that phone number. At the Ramada Inn in Mandarin, the Comedy Zone, there is a cat there that I've never heard of. And tonight, sold out. Tomorrow night, sold out. Sunday at 7, there are still tickets available for Zoltan Kazaz. And I have no idea who Zoltan Kazaz is. And I just got some green flashing lights. I don't like green flashing lights, baby. So that's everything I got to give you there. Nothing on Friday night at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Nothing on Friday night at the Side Pocket in the Parks Casino. Nothing that you can get into Friday night at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. Nothing on Saturday anywhere to be found. No local shows, nothing. If you got some time and you got some effort, how about doing something for those animals that need rescuing? If you're watching us from Rhoda, remember the Rhoda Animal Welfare League is right down the road, down by the movie theater. You can go down there, donate your money, time, and energy to helping those rescues. And if you live here in central Pennsylvania or in America, you can find your own little thing, but the one that we're promoting is Speranza Animal Rescue. Speranza Animal Rescue. Look them up on Facebook. They're doing great things in taking care of rescue animals, and you can help them with your time, money, or energy at any opportunity. And maybe Saturday will give us an excuse to go out there. So moving on to Sunday. Every Sunday at 10:30 in the morning, we do the supplemental. We get together, we do three things during the supplemental. We do your national days of the week. We tell you about a community or a comedy note, and then we finish it with the fan favorite segment, This Week in History, a trivia style. And we have a blast. It's a good time. It's a fun way to start your Sunday. See what I did there? What else is going on Sunday, T-Bone? I'll tell you. Once again, Ferrari has the opportunity to go 1-2 at the Jacques Villeneuve Raceway in Montreal, Canada. Only a short 8-hour drive away. Don't think I haven't thought about absconding. Yeah, the Canadian Grand Prix is this weekend. And because it's on East Coast time, all my times are jacked up. But it's a good time, fun time had by all. Looking forward to watching the race this Sunday, the Canadian Grand Prix. And that's it. That's your weekend. Moving on into next week, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock at the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, we still do the local mic. Now, the local mic is like an open mic, but it's your more seasoned comics doing longer time. And there's fun for everyone. It's a great way to watch the process evolve, to watch them take the premise and build it into a functioning joke. On Wednesday, a no kidding comedy show is actually happening. Our friend Karen Kay is back to Back Porch Brewing Company, located at 133 North Hanover Street. Now, she's brought some funny people with you. She does a show. And then after the show, she has an open mic where other people can get up and be funny. Who's going to be at the show? Well, Karen Kay is going to host it. Andrew Brooks is going to be there. Sean Dickensheets is going to be there. And don't make me look. Oh, Dylan Gaffney. Dylan Gaffney, Sean Dickensheets, Andrew Brooks, and Karen Kay is your show. It starts at 7 o'clock. It's free. The food is delicious. The beer is cheap. What more can you ask for? That's Back Porch Brewing Company, 133 North Hanover Street in Carlisle. That's Wednesday. And then Thursday is your local, is your open mic. Now that could be as many as 45 comedians, all trying to get 3 to 5 minutes of time to get up there and tell the best jokes that they could tell. It was a great time last night, but I couldn't stay for long. I had to get back home because it was the only way I could really pay attention to Nate's retirement ceremony. Congratulations to Nate Olet on his retirement yesterday in Korea, today in America. And Mark Schlosser, he retired today also. A lot of cool retirements, which explains the Hawaiian vibe. Ohana. Oh, you didn't think I knew about Ohana, did you? We're going to check the comments, and then we're going to wrap this up. Oh. Hey, Jason. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Julie. She gave me a TMI. What about about this? Mother popped in really late. We get Grand Prix. Yes, she's my favorite commenter, my favorite commentator, my favorite heckler. And that's going to do it for the Warno this week. Sorry I don't have more information to put out, but I enjoyed spending this time with you. I enjoy having a beer with you on Friday nights. So I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you could be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Cheers along with me as we wrap this up. E arriba, e abajo, e centro, e pa dentro. Thanks for the beer, Andy. Germans can screw anything up. I'm just kidding.